I knew that at some point they were going to have to use the bathroom, so I waited for the moment when they got as far away from the scanners as possible.
You came down there flying. Alright, I think we can afford one bathroom.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Get back over here.
Don't you dare.
Get back over here. Don't you take a step farther, Hugo. Hugo! Come on!
That took 5 seconds.
I edited the about me. Hopefully it goes through.
5-second alarm that we get from now on.
I think it went through. I think we're good.
We're just gonna have to hold it until the alarm goes off.
I just forgot to add a little snippet, which is pretty true actually. So
his limits. How far he can go.
might as
How
well.
far he can't.
Might as well be 100% truthful.
Might have been intense, but for the next few days, the rule actually kept Hugo on track for every day's alarm. But on day 98, Hugo started slipping into
My toes just popped. Damn.
How long did that take?
6.01.
Hugo, you went over the 6-second time limit.
I mean, I ran as fast as I could.
The longest amount of time that we've taken to turn off these alarms is because you're in the bathroom. Do you not see a problem? Do you not see
I'm
it?
no longer allowed to use the bathroom ever.
Hugo, don't play with it.
I'm not playing with it. I'm just peeing.
Here we go again.
Everyone wants to know, so here it is.
She has a whole movie now?
Yeah.
Why?
And through all the tension, Hugo took the next opportunity to speak to his
I
mother.
guess I was good
To tell you how
documentary about it, I guess.
It obviously hasn't been easy because she was a stranger at first and we are two completely separate people. Seriously, I wouldn't choose
I'm trying to.
do this with. I'm grateful I was put here with someone who wants to win as bad as she does and someone that really pushes me to just be the best every day.
Hey, dude, that was nice of you.
Oh, well, you weren't supposed to hear that.
I really appreciate that. But, like, we have gotten a lot closer throughout this challenge, and
Both of our
yeah.
like as much as like at the beginning we're like brushing each other off, like not really listening. Once we got to know each other, it wasn't us wanting to just win it. It was like, I'm gonna win this for you. You're gonna win this for you.
Right.
100.
Stop.
I'm headed down for the last time. Unless someone nukes our country. 100 days. All for this. You both ready?
How's everyone doing? It says I have 10 people in here.
Ready? Go!
Yes!
Press the button! You ready? Alright, I'll take all too long. How many drops?
Hugo, come on.
It's been 100 days. Go on up.
This is crazy.
This is our first time seeing the sun in 100 days.
Yes, guys! Oh my god, I miss you guys so much.
Not much. Just watching some TV and chatting with y'all. I'm relaxing a bit.
I'll see you around. I just bought this luxurious private jet.
Whenever you guys join my lives, make sure you're looking at the about me. It is very important that you do so, at least for me. Also, I do have a pinned video posted. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get questions and, you know.
I say we kick things off by taking it for a spin.
Let's go. Let's take it for a spin.
We're about to find out if he's a real pilot. Before Monday, Hugo stays on this plane for the next 100 days, it will forever be his to fly anywhere he wants all around the world.
100 days living in this thing? No problem.
That was a smooth ride. This thing is nice.
Let's see if the landing's smooth.
What a great flight! That was awesome. You're now 2 hours into your 100-day challenge. But if any part of your body touches the ground outside this plane, the video ends and you lose this private jet.
Don't touch the ground.
Good luck.
See you when I see you.
Let's see if Armando can win this private jet.
What do I do now? This is my usual office, and here is the dining room. And allow me to show you the bedroom. This is where I will sleep, apparently, for the next 3 months.
I don't have a real kitchen.
I've got a microwave and an airline cart full of canned meats.
I don't have a shower.
That's going to be a challenging part.
And he is not wrong, because even though this jet is a world-class vehicle, it's not built for a person to live in.
The walls are starting to cave in. This is what prison is like.
Maybe I'm hallucinating.
Sunshine. Missing a friend?
Well, that's not good. We're calling out of this night.
I am ready to be done with this. It's night 1.
I don't have a bed.
The best option might be the chair. Good night. This is going to be my own time again.
It is day 2. You would think this is a comfortable jet. It is not that comfortable to sleep in.
It's day 2. What better way to kickstart this video than to use this private jet for our personal game? Yeah! Me and the boys got to thinking. You want to fly us to a hockey game in New York?
Let's do it. You can come, bro. We got yours on. This is not a trick. You can get off the plane and lose, but you can still go to the game. Well, we'll see.
And take us to the hockey game.
Can we put music on, or are you still watching this? I want gospel music.
Stay inside.
You can pick from YouTube or Spotify. It's up to you. YouTube, you can pretty much search up whatever songs you feel like listening to on YouTube. Also, I do have some news, which is also kind of the reason for the post that's pinned. As you guys know, my son passed away from ataxia pancytopenia syndrome at just 5 months old. And he only survived 5 hours off all the tubes, the ventilation, life support, all that. Passed away in my arms, and how rare of a disease that it was. And that he also got leukemia from the disease. And so, ever since he passed away, and pretty much ever since he was diagnosed, I have been looking online for other mothers, families, people for the past 4 or 5, years, and just trying to find out if anyone else has gone through what I've gone through, because it's such a rare disease that there's only been like 20 known cases in the world. So today I was searching on TikTok again, and I came across a mother whose son was diagnosed with ataxia pancytopenia syndrome. And I broke down crying because years of searching, and I finally found someone who is going through the same thing as me. Okay. And like, for me, that's kind of like a big sigh of relief that I'm not alone with what happened. And at the same time, I feel bad for them for what they are going through. Now, I did not tag her in the video, but we are following each other, and she's more than welcome to come into my live streams and comment, and she's more than welcome to comment on that pinned video as well to let herself known. If she does, I do want to say please be respectful, and just, she needs all the support and stuff she can get, This is not a disease that, it's not curable. As you guys saw with Xander, it is treatable, but it is not curable. And this is one of the diseases that I feel like doesn't get talked about enough because of how rare it is. So if anyone has any questions about what we went through, the symptoms, whatever it might be, just let me know. What?
I'll be asking that person no more.
Why?
What do
you mean? That lives here?
Yeah.
Well, I can't hear you over the TV, so.
Good rude, man.
What do you mean it was rude?
He's like, I don't know why I was wondering why everybody's underneath the cigarette that was done straight. This bastard, man, he's out there and help out. Good Lord.
What is this?
Larry, again.
Who?
Tommy.
What song? Because I don't recognize this.
Sorrow.
I don't know that one. Is it just Flyleaf we're going to be listening to, or?
Yeah, Donna's dead. Why, do I put on something else?
I wanted a mixture of different gospel songs, not all one person. The only one I really liked by her, well, we already listened to it. I don't really know any of her other stuff. Ooh, I just got really lightheaded. Oh, I'm tired of getting lightheaded and dizzy. What is wrong with me? You're going to people's channels now?
Well, what am I supposed to go to, honey?
Just never mind. I can go without the music. It's fine.
Well, you want to make sure how do I do that?
You can't. You have to search up individual songs and stuff on YouTube.
Fine, I'll go to freaking...
Or you can...
Whatever it is.
Okay, just know the playlist that's on there I don't really care for. Because they're too old school and they don't have the ones that I want to watch. Plus, you have to listen to ads every couple skips.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I guess just don't worry about it. I don't know. I'm too dizzy and lightheaded to worry about anything. And you don't seem to care about my health.
Well, what do you want me to do, honey?
Bruh. Well, for one, I wish this place would get cleaned up so I'm not fucking sick 24/7. But that's never gonna happen. I'm just gonna die here. I'll be with my son then, at least. Y'all, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. TikTok video real quick. Oh, wait. I didn't pin it. Shit. 1 second. I don't know if anybody's actually gonna chit chat, but it'll be fine. Let's see the controller. What are you doing?
Getting somebody to do the nose.
Oh, you're gonna do my nose? I think.
You know what I mean.
Oh, I don't know. My kid's kind of small. I might not be able to breathe though. Also, when did he dye his hair white or bleach his hair?
I don't know.
Time to close the eyes. You know, I've never looked up what Xander had on YouTube, so I'm doing it.
Huh?
YouTube's the only place I never, like, researched what Xander had. So I wonder.
Right here. The host is discussing a rare, non-curable disease. Yep. And I got it right. Ow. Welcome in, everyone. Make sure you're reading the About Me and checking the pin video. I'm not finding anything about it. Wait, what?
Now, two of my patients. One patient came with a white count of 1.6 thousand, platelet count of 67,000, and he used to chronic alcoholism. He drinks about 7 to 8 drinks every day. I've been.
Not for you.
There's nothing on here about what Xander had on YouTube.
No.
I wonder why.
No.
If they want it, just give it to them.
Huh?
If they want it, just give it to them. I'll be fine.
I can barely get it open. No.
It's not a Pop Top?
No. No. Because it's a can, don't mean it's for y'all.
The Wrangler Cody Johnson collection carries my roots in every state.
No.
What do homeless people actually do with the money you give them? See, I decided to bless up a random dude and give him $100, and then we stayed a little bit far away just watching what he did, and for the first hour, he just kept on walking around that gas station, asking more people for money, and just acting like an absolute lunatic. But eventually he left and started walking away, so we slowly followed him from behind, and even watched him go and try and sleep on a bench for a little bit, until finally getting up, going into this secret alleyway, and handing some random guy some money and getting a bag in return, and that's when they saw us, so I had to make a run for it. I test more insane things here. What do homeless people act?
Hey man, how are you? What can I do for you? Can I get you anything?
Welcome in, everyone.
I can buy you anything you want. Good, helpful. What do you think you could use other than food? Anything? No problem. You need another sleeping bag? Yeah. I can run now at Walmart and get you anything you want.
Get me a canvas.
That looks pretty killer, huh? Do you need a new jacket or anything else?
Yeah. Very perfect. Thank you very much.
Canvas.
Thank you.
There's a jacket. There's a bunch of jeans here. This is a nice sleeping bag. Good. Here's a canvas like you asked.
Yeah.
Sweaters and thermals. Man, you ate it all. You were hungry. Do you want anything else?
Okay.
I got one more thing for you, man.
Yeah.
A hug or a handshake. It's up to you.
Thank you.
And if you put a hug in my cup, I will shut the fuck up. You will all up to give me a ball, give me a ball, give me a mother dollar.
Yo, look at this, and boys. What the? Do a flip! Go to again, bro. Turn up on it.
Oh, period. You know the magic trick? No.
You don't know you guys. After the date, you can drop me off anywhere. Which one of you girls want to go home with the homeless guy? We gotta go to your place, though. Don't forget my website, www.hellyup.com.
Would you rather eat another one chip or let your mom die?
She did.
If you put a box.
Yo, you good? Looks like you need a blanket and a pillow, bro. Is this for your sleep? You don't got a pillow or anything? Oh, like a little backpack? Would you like a pillow? What's your favorite food, man?
I like chicken sandwiches.
How old are you? What's like your life story, bro?
My mom had passed away when I was 10. After that, I got into when I was 13. I started smoking. So when I was 16, I went to
Welcome in. You guys can chat.
I started living with my grandpa. My grandpa got evicted, and he's living in his car right now, and I'm living on the streets. It's a struggle.
I decided to get him something special, so stick around to see what I get him. I think he's gonna like it a lot. I got you a pillow.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
I got you a brand new tablet too.
Oh no.
And then here, I'm gonna give you something else that you can spend on whatever you want. I'm gonna let you pick out a random person on my social media, and I'll give them $50, bro, in honor of you.
How big mom?
You just gave them $50, man. Love you, buddy. Yo, you good? Looks like you need a blanket and a...
There's homeless people living in my backyard.
I saw your pinned post about being homeless. What is your backup plan? So we're not currently homeless, but we are facing it. We do have a backup plan. However, and that is pretty much to leave South Carolina, of course. But we will not be disclosing where we will be going to unless my husband is okay with that.
No.
But if it does come down to that, we will be trying to find homes for the cats. But we will be keeping the dogs. The reason being is dogs can survive better in like the environment because they've been with us with it before. As for the cats, we haven't had them as long as the dogs, and while I do love the cats, it would just be safer for them personally to go to a home where they'll be inside because they're not really used to being outside and in that type of environment. You did put mayonnaise in it, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
It says mayonnaise right here.
Yeah, that's some good mayonnaise. It's olive oil mayonnaise.
Oh.
We have not. Today's Sunday. Hopefully sometime this week we'll hear something back. If not, I'll have him message them. I'm gonna assume it's like a long, lengthy process of like paperwork and investigating, but I'm not for sure. We are still unsure how much we are behind on rent because nobody's been in the office since Wednesday. As for the organization, I'm pretty sure they already did because they said that was all automatically done. So I'm almost positive they paid. So I'm gonna guess we're like $450 plus $350 probably. So about $800 is what we probably owe. However, even if we do pay that off, and he does get a job and we're still here, it's not guaranteed that they won't evict us, because they have already said to our caseworker, this is from our caseworker, that even though they are working with us to get everything paid up, that they're still unsure about letting us stay here because where we got behind rent that one time. Where he had the accident going to work, which we were still trying to play catch up on because he was out for a whole month and he wasn't approved for the paid time off, but he wasn't allowed to work, but he was approved for the time off because of his accident where he wrecked. And then while trying to play catch up with that, he couldn't get into his paycheck stubs at all since January, or into his account, and so that damaged the organization being able to pay, which then damaged us because we were trying to play catch up with not only from his accident but from where, you know, all this just going in hand, and like it got pretty up there, which we didn't know until recently, like I told you guys. So there is very well a possibility that even though we don't have an eviction right now, that they will not make one later on because they're still iffy about us because of where those accidents occurred and we got behind on rent. Although they say their goal is that no veteran is homeless. But how do you want an apartment complex if you're never there? I don't know. I don't know what they could have something going on in their life. I don't know. To be fair, it's kind of rare that anyone's ever actually in the office anyway. We have an on-site property manager maintenance guy that lives here, and then the actual landlord doesn't live here. Thank you, Judy. But like stated in my video, I have my Cash App in my bio for those who want to donate anything towards rent. And at this point, possibly even towards a tent and some camping supplies. Because, and maybe a Pat stroller. Yeah, a Pat stroller for at least Luna. Because if it comes down to it, we'll be out on the street walking state to state again like we've done before, until we get to where our mind is set on going, which we will then let you know. However, unless my husband is okay with it and he feels safe saying it, or it accidentally gets said by my mother or some fucking body, then, or someone sees us in that particular area and says it, then we probably won't say where we're heading to. No, we don't know how long we have. We don't, right now at this given point, we have no information at all. Except for what I am telling you about. They're still up in the air about it because of where we got behind on rent the one time. Because of the 2 accidents that occurred. So, yeah.
Well,
nobody's been in the office, so we haven't been able to go to the office and see how much we owe or talk to them about anything. And like, I just have this feeling that we're going to be out on the street again because, yeah. But we've done it before, so we can do it again. You know what I mean? We've came up off the street before, we can do it again. If it comes down to that. I'm not happy about the situation at all, nor am I happy about who caused the situation for him to lose his job to make it this difficult. We could very well have been caught up on rent and everything if it wasn't for him losing his job due to Redditors. Due to the fucking haters on the subreddit that they made about me. He would still have his job. We would not be facing homelessness or anything like that. So yeah, I am asking for donations and help to get stuff that we need so that we have a better chance, you know? And even if that means I have to come back on here and find Wi-Fi and come back on here and do what I did before to ask for help with food or whatever so that we're not eating out of the trash again, I'll do it. But the bullying needs to stop. And the people that are... I've said it a million times before, but the thing that gets me is it's the same people who are telling us to use resources, get jobs, do this, do that, and then when we do that, they turn around and call those places, or they dox us, they find out where those places are at, and they ruined it for us.
That's why next time I'm not going to say what type of job I've got, where we're at, or anything.
He has another interview tomorrow. I'm hoping that one goes well. But so far, all the interviews he's had has been a no-go. Probably not, no. You have to have a job to get food stamps nowadays. Which for me makes no damn sense. If I had a job, I wouldn't need food stamps. I'm also not going to rely on the government to feed me. Because I'm tired of getting bullied for that. So that's one of the reasons why we had EBT shut off. Because people kept coming in here and saying, oh, well, you're relying off the government to live. And you're living off the government. You're smooching off the government. So yes, I ended EBT. Which is probably a good thing because it would have ended anyway with him losing his job. So. But yeah. We haven't had EBT in like 3-4 months, something like that. You know what? I have no idea how to answer that because I'm not those people. Like I said, it's Nookie and all of them over there on that subreddit who tell me, use the resources, and then when we get to using the resources, even with 180 plays, they're like, oh, you're still living off the government, and he doesn't deserve to do that, and oh, blah, 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 and blah, 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 it's meant to be this, it's meant to be that, and like, it's you know, it gets old, it gets tiring, and you get tired of hearing it over and over again, that you decide, hey, let's just end everything so that bullying can stop. And then they can see, yet again, why we were needing it to begin with. Now, we're good for another 2 years with 180 a place. But if we do get evicted, we probably won't be with them anymore. They really do act like it's coming out of their pocket because they're like, oh, well, this is where my tax-paying dollars are going to, and blah, blah, blah. Like, they get so mad. Like, I guess they prefer me to be on here asking and begging for assistance versus actually using resources and stuff like that for the assistance. It doesn't make sense to me because they complain when I come on here and ask for help and beg for help. Which, yeah, you can call me a beggar, but just don't call me a scammer because I've never scammed anyone. I don't mind being called a beggar because, yes, I'm begging for help on this platform and I'll keep doing it. No. Not if we're not in this state and in this county, no. Now, if we are still in this county and state, possibly. But the thing is we have 4 Pats, right? Like I said, if we wind up having to be on the street, most likely the cats will go to another home or to animal control or whatever to be adopted out, whatever it might be, because I don't want the cats out on the street. The dogs are a different story because they've been there with us before. They know how all that works, and I feel like they have a better chance of survival than a cat would. I mean, animal control has been called on me multiple times since I've stayed here, so by the same people who are getting us put on the street, pretty much, because they might say that, oh, we didn't get them kicked out, but technically they did when they called his job, his place of employment, and reported my live stream for whatever. Now he's lost his job. We have no income coming in, so guess what? You can't pay rent, you can't stay. So they did cause this. Rachel, that's out of my control, hun. If animal control takes them and euthanizes them, that is out of my control. And honestly, these Redditors would probably be grateful for that, since they've been calling animal control on me here recently, trying to get the dogs and the cats taken from me. They did, actually, Chloe. They said due to social media etiquette or something like that.
I got a letter from them.
You do?
Yeah.
Can I read it?
It's from the head honcho. Remember he was on vacation that week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got a letter from him with his signature.
Mm-hmm. Here, I want to...
Not like it really freaking matters anyway.
On February 26, 2026, a meeting was held in the Charleston Center. Present, you were union representative, I'm not going to say his name, and FT, is that full-time?
Yeah.
Supervisor. Yeah. We already know who she is, Nikki. Discussed at the meeting was your failure to follow methods, procedures, instructions, violation of the UPS professional conduct and anti-harassment policy, violation of social media policy, and acting in the best interest of UPS. On February 20th, 2026, you violated the UPS professional conduct and anti-harassment policy, violation of social media policy, and acting in the best interest of UPS. Therefore, because of your actions, you are being discharged. This is an official discharge as outlined in the current labor agreement between the IBT Local 509 and UPS. So yes, I was on the live when he called. Yeah, that's the live they're talking about.
Yeah.
It was on my live stream that the Redditors recorded and sent in. Nobody asked me to not go live. This is my live stream.
Yeah, nobody asked her not to go live stream.
I don't have to obey by the rules of UPS. I don't work there.
And I didn't even know about this until...
And he didn't even know about that rule because it's never spoken there. Yes, he was fired because someone recorded my live stream on here. So on the 20th, there was people that was coming in here, and as you guys know, I was keeping it pretty muted for the most part. But somebody came in to decide to say, oh, well, you have it muted. You're lying about everything they're saying, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I decided to only mute it when he was saying his employee ID and unmute it for you guys so you guys could see that we were not lying about them transferring him from HR to tech support, back to HR, back to tech support, and then back to telling him to go to the supervisor. Because people were sitting here and complaining that I was personally lying because I had it muted. No, he never got in trouble for it before, no. It was never a problem before, no.
People from UPS go live all the time. I know 2 of them right now that go live.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cody Savage is his name here on TikTok.
I wouldn't put his name out on there either.
My hair's all messed up. Stop.
They didn't report it.
What?
I'm answering this Chloe person's comment.
She's probably from Reddit. She's probably one of the ones that was in on you getting fired. I don't know.
He did not report it. The whole thing wouldn't even been known if...
What it is someone sent in a recording of my live stream. That's what it was.
Exactly.
Nobody reported him. The guy that he talked to on the phone didn't report him. It was one of my haters from the Crystal Bruner Scammer subreddit.
Because it was directly from the live stream.
Yeah.
Because I even played the clip.
I mean, I've done it multiple times as well. And so has people at his job. His union rep even said he's done it multiple times before when he got frustrated. It's a normal occurrence.
I only spoke the truth about it. But apparently...
Hell, my grandmother's done it, my mom's done it, my uncle's done it, everybody I know from back home's done it.
But nobody would even known it was even...
Nobody said it was okay what he said. He's already said he shouldn't have said that. My husband's already said that. But when you're frustrated, you don't know what comes out of your mouth.
I'm not even going to try to explain myself.
No, don't. You don't have to explain yourself. She's obviously from the subreddit. You do not have to explain yourself at all. We are all human and everyone gets frustrated and they say things that they don't mean. That's not the only thing they did either. Apparently, they sent in another recording of when his union rep visited while I was inside, and then I left my phone inside and went outside to go meet his union rep, and somehow they heard the conversation that was going on outside, and they recorded it and sent it over as well. Because you're acting like one of them. That's why I'm saying that.
Yes, I'm sure I said what I said, but I said what I said, and there was no reason for it to be sent to my job when it doesn't affect my job.
Bro, this ain't fair. I need a cigarette, bro.
Yeah, so do I.
I've gone too long without a cigarette. I'm getting so freaking antsy and shit. I'm over here picking my fucking nails. I am. I've been chewing on my nails and everything.
No, I don't think I'm getting the job back.
Well,
I think it's final.
No, what do you mean? Nobody asked that.
Daphne did.
No, she did not.
She did.
Where? Is he getting his job back? No, I don't think so. Yeah, he admits when he's wrong. That's one thing my husband does. So, my husband has an attitude issue. As with me, when I'm trying to control mine, but everyone has said stuff that they haven't meant when they're really frustrated. But
when you're that aggravated, sometimes you say things that you shouldn't say. And that's what I did. But I didn't think
nobody knows what the guy's name was that was on the phone, but if you do call HR, it's always foreigners that's on the phone. We've only ever gotten an English-speaking guy once, and he hung up before he could even tell him his employee ID. That's the thing about all these HR and tech support places that you call. It's always a foreigner who constantly says the same thing over and over again. And this isn't even me being mean. This is just me telling the truth.
The last time that I talked to HR was actually somebody who actually spoke English. And we actually got it taken care of.
Yeah.
And I ended up being able to get my paycheck stub.
Yeah.
But the guy that I talked to before that I went off on,
I don't think UPS does that. I don't think UPS has any insight on employee names for HR and tech support. Also, Brad is from Reddit because they called you Sparky.
Yeah, I already know who. I already know who he is. I don't give a shit.
I'm just gonna let them type. I'm gonna use them for clout at this point. They use me for
But the
clout.
whole reason why I said what I said was because I was extremely frustrated in the middle of an eviction, and I lost myself.
Well, the guy wasn't listening to you either.
He wasn't. That was the problem.
You kept trying to tell him that no, the supervisor wasn't on the line, and your supervisor couldn't do anything about it, and you were trying to figure out what this link was about that they kept trying to tell you about, but the guy just kept repeating, is the supervisor on the line, or are you the supervisor? I would have got frustrated
But the
too.
funny thing is, when the other guy sent an email too, it was completely different.
Yeah, it was a different email when he sent, different link and everything.
And they figured it out, and and I got directly in. They told me exactly what I need to do. The email was very specific. I waited. My boss at the time got the email, took care of it. Boom, I was in.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that freaking hard. I'm not sure why that foreigner was trying to make it that hard. And yes, I'm going to call him a foreigner because he's a freaking foreigner.
Yeah. Just like I'm freaking white. That's another thing I don't get. And I'm not trying to sound racist. I'm not trying to sound racist, but why would somebody get mad about what race or nationality they are when you call them their race or nationality? Why does that offend people so bad about who they really are?
He was a foreigner. Plain and simple. He did not speak hardly lick English.
I mean, y'all could call me a cracker, redneck, hillbilly. I'm not going to sit there and get offended because it's true. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud to be a white, redneck, hillbilly cracker.
No, it's not like I work for him anymore, so hell. Yes, I call him a fucking foreigner.
But no, I've never heard of a rule against social media etiquette or whatever. And he was never told that when he was hired on.
About social media.
Yeah, he was never told anything about that when he was hired on almost 3 years ago.
I know of at least 2 people that go on TikTok and make videos. One person that does live streams and battles.
Yeah, while at work over there at UPS.
And both of them are drivers.
Exactly.
One of them is a driver for our UPS. The other was a driver for...
They still freaking work there.
Another UPS.
Yeah, they do. Are you talking about Cody Savage? Because that's the one he worked with.
One of them does sometimes, but he's very outspoken.
Yeah, Cody Savage is his co-worker. That was the hub he worked at.
He's very outspoken.
So for those people who are on here saying, oh, you can't go live or you can't make videos about your work or whatever, that's a damn lie because he does.
My last day on the job, he literally did a video before we started working.
The thing is even his union rep said you could barely even hear him. And like that, it was my live stream to begin with, so it shouldn't have fell back on him.
Exactly. They heard you more than they heard me. They heard me in the distance.
But yeah, and that's mainly probably because the AC unit is really loud whenever we get it working. But the thing is why would it fall back on him if it's my live stream? That was another thing that the union rep didn't understand because it wasn't his personal live stream. So why should he get in trouble for the social media etiquette if he wasn't live?
They've been trying everything they can to try to get me fired from the job.
They have. They've been trying for the past 2-3 years.
They wanted me to get a job. I got a job. Had it for 2.5 years. They got pissed off. They were doing so well, and then boom, they decided to.
See, I don't understand why people do that because
against us.
I know I probably sound like a broken record saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it until I get my point across. Why tell someone to get a job and then sit there and have them fired from that job? Why? Like, you guys claim you want to see us successful, but yet you sit there and you downgrade us. You call me Crusty, him Sparky. You try to get our animals taken. I don't know how many times this past month calling animal control and police on us. You fucking sat there and bullied me for having EBT, so we got rid of that. Now you're sitting there bullying us for using 180 Place, which is a veterans organization that pays half the rent for homeless veterans and at-risk homeless veterans, which is my husband. who is a veteran, and then y'all tell us to get jobs, you tell us to try to get disability, but when we go and do that, you get him fired. You got me fired from my job that I had when I moved here, and you bullying me for trying to get a check. You bully me based off of my mental health and everything else, and like, you guys keep saying that, oh, you're Christian, or oh, we want to see you successful, but that's not even the fucking truth, because your actions are speaking louder than your fucking words at this point.
So here's the thing, though, because nobody would...
no, I don't have to stay off social media. Nobody has to stay off social media. The fact of the matter is, people shouldn't sit there and talk bad about someone.
So here's the thing. Because nobody had...
Yeah, he wasn't on social media. It was me. I was the one that was live.
So, if nobody had actually sent that...
we don't know who actually sent in the video, but we do know it's someone from Reddit. That's all I can say. I'm not saying anymore.
So here's my thing. So if nobody had actually sent that video to where I worked, nobody would even know I said what I said.
Exactly.
Nobody would even known it.
And he'd still have his job, and we wouldn't be facing homelessness.
Nobody would have known I said anything. But no, somebody had to be a smart ass, send the video to my job.
Yes, they showed it to him.
They literally showed me the clip.
Yeah, they showed him the clip.
No, it wasn't a filter. They literally showed the clip of what was being said. It was actually a clip of the live stream.
Yep. Of my live stream.
It wasn't
not his.
They even said what time what was being said was said. They even put the timing mark on it.
Oh, I'm sure they listened to those calls, but it wasn't the person he was talking to that reported him.
Oh, I'm sure they did listen to
They showed him the video that was sent.
It wasn't because of the recording.
Yes, they told him someone sent in a video, and then they sat down with him and they had a meeting and they showed him the video. And then night shift supervisor terminated him.
And it was a week later, mind you.
Yeah, a week later after the incident, on his birthday, by the way. It happened. So the live stream that I was live happened on the 20th. The 26th, he went to work on his birthday and they terminated him and showed him the video.
I'm sure they're not watching our social medias.
Yeah, considering we never told the address of the UPS that he worked at, and there's like 3 others around us. Okay, it doesn't matter whether he should have or shouldn't have said it. He's already said he shouldn't have said it. The thing that you guys aren't understanding is, not only was it my live stream, not his, but people say shit that they don't mean when frustrated and pissed off.
Okay, I'm going to tell them exactly what I told the investigators.
I don't know how they would know where, Killer. Well,
I'm going to tell you exactly what I told the investigator when they questioned me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was frustrated. I wasn't even thinking about your live stream. I had just forgot about it. And I went off. I wasn't even thinking about the live stream.
Yeah, exactly.
So regardless of whether she was live or not, I wasn't even thinking about it.
The QC manager, who's that? It was someone from Reddit, guys. We know who reported it.
We know who reported it. Somebody from Reddit sent it to my job.
He's got another interview tomorrow, but all the interviews he's had so far, they've told him no. And they've all been restaurant jobs, by the way. You're good, hon. Quality control? What's that? Did they email it to them? Yeah. They emailed the clip, yeah.
Trust me, it wasn't any of them.
It wasn't anyone personally from UPS or from HR or any of that. It was from Reddit. They've done this before, so that's how we know who it was.
They said they were sent a video.
I'm not saying it was everyone on Reddit, but it was definitely someone from the subreddit.
Me saying it. That's what it was. They got sent the video.
It literally had this, like you're seeing right now, the little 9 little guest box things and all that. It really is, Kiki. It's stupid is what it is.
I've seen it myself. They literally had it pulled up on the computer screen.
Now, see, the thing is, and I understand where Chloe's coming from as well, that he shouldn't have said it, but the thing I don't get is, it wasn't his account, it was my account. So why should it fall back on him for me being live? We live in a studio. There's nowhere else that he could possibly have gone. You know, like if he went outside, all the neighbors would hear the conversation, right? So there's nowhere else he would have gone, not even to the bathroom, because you can hear from the bathroom. Like there's literally nowhere else he would have gone. For the most part, I'm alive, but you're free to check out the 2 pinned videos if you have questions about any of that.
Because I had my ID number in it. That's how they knew it was me.
It wasn't on the voice chat. It was not on stream. I muted every time you said your ID number.
Well, they still knew where I worked at.
It was they did not know your ID number. They knew it was you because it was someone from fucking Reddit.
Exactly. Yeah, when I'm off work, I don't represent them.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I'm not, look, if I worked for UPS or any job at all, once I'm off the clock, I give 0 fucks about the job and what goes on there. I'm just there to get money, feed my family, and live. Right? I don't think about nothing.
I think the only problem it was because I called the UPS.
It's because
Human Resources Center.
Yeah, and because you called a foreigner a foreigner.
Well, no, I called them what they were.
I haven't been checking on the claim because it's the weekend. Tomorrow I'll probably check.
Personally, I don't even think a foreigner should be working there.
And to be fair, I forgot today was Sunday, and I told him to go check the mail earlier. So there's that. Yeah, I think that's stupid. I think people should be able to do what they want to with their life outside of work. Like that, whatever they do outside of work should not matter about their job, because that's just, yeah.
Well, what's done is done.
I mean, he didn't do it on the clock or anything like that. So like, and that goes for everyone. Like, I don't understand this whole cancel culture, get everybody fired bullshit. Yeah, and see, that's what they told him he broke, but he never knew anything about that because nobody told him anything about it when he was hired on. Companies will not look at your social media before hiring you. That's a lie.
They don't look at your social media.
They will only look at your social media if somebody reports for something you say or whatever it might be. Read everything. Did you have to sign anything to get hired on there? He didn't have to sign anything to get hired on there.
But that was two and a half years ago.
They don't, actually. Right, but they probably told you about it, Alicia. They never told him there was a social media fucking rule.
Not that I'm aware of.
Appreciate it.
I guess it would depend on the
I'm
job.
so
Because my
frustrated.
job does not check out social media accounts.
It just depends on the job and who's, I don't know.
Well, my job had nothing to do with security.
He doesn't have an employee handbook.
Yeah, we didn't get
UPS doesn't do employee handbooks. Or at least his didn't. I mean, honestly, I feel like if jobs have a social media etiquette law or rule or whatever, they should let their employers know about that. You know what I mean?
You mean employees?
Whatever. That word. We're unsure what the union rep's doing.
I mean, they probably can't do really too much right now anyway. But like I said, what's done is done. But I know UPS does not have an employee handbook.
Tell his union rep to talk to Pete.
Huh?
Who's Pete? That's what Brad said.
I talked to my union rep and his the guy over him.
They said your union rep will know who Pete is. What the fuck is your union rep talking to some guy named Pete for, though?
Oh, I don't know. There wasn't nobody named Pete.
I ain't either.
What do you want?
For those interested in helping, donating, Cash App is in my bio. You can also message me personally.
Gypsy, what were you doing? Big bug.
I probably won't put the GoFundMe back up. And that's just because I'm tired of bullying. I don't want to do anything that's going to cause more bullying. Unless I absolutely have to do it. And that GoFundMe's been deleted, so I I would have to make a whole new one.
I'm not sure what difference do it make whether it's a GoFundMe or change the cash app.
Exactly. Nobody's helping anyway. I'm not going to make a GoFundMe or any of that unless I know people are actually genuinely wanting to donate to help instead of just sitting there bullying and reporting the GoFundMe for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go on Reddit, and I don't have to go on Reddit. I have people that message me what they say all the time. Or I hear it from them themselves when they freaking message me, like on Discord or on here, or they straight up come into my live streams. It started on TikTok, then they made the subreddit, then they made a Discord group chat and all that shit.
I don't even see what the point is.
Yeah, GoFundMe takes a portion.
I don't even see what the point is.
So like if you give me $1, it's gonna take like 25 cents.
If anyone wants to donate, they can donate straight to the cash app.
I believe is how it works.
It's going to the same place.
To be fair, that would be faster as well because you have to wait for like a week before GoFundMe even actually sends you anything, regardless if you have it sent to daily. Because I had mine sent to daily and it took days before I even got that 15. And by the time I got it, it was only $14.
Man, I'm just saying, I just don't understand the point of GoFundMe. The
point of GoFundMe is for people to get assistance, but GoFundMe does take a percentage of whatever goes in.
I mean, all they gotta do is put the cash app up, and people can just send directly to the cash app. Cash app, PayPal, Venmo. I mean, there's
nope, nobody's been in the office.
Plenty of different cards that it can be sent to, depending on.
I'm estimating around 800 is what we owe. That's the $450 this month, and then $350 for last month. That's what I'm estimating.
Sounds about right.
And it's just going to keep adding up as the months go on because where he hasn't been able to get a job yet.
Hopefully this interview on Monday goes well. And
that, and hopefully you get approved for unemployment soon so that we can use that to pay rent.
Well, if I do get it, that apparently it's not going to be much.
Yeah, it won't be much.
If I get anything at all.
When does it have to be paid? It's past due. We owe for last month and this month.
I mean, I know.
Although it's past the 5th and we haven't gotten a note on the door. And they normally only do that if you're behind. Actually, it might just be the $450 we owe. Or the $350, because if they sent in 3 checks, we personally paid off January, and we paid off $100 of last month's. So if they sent in for last month's, it might be just $800. I don't know. They've already done an eviction. We already have eviction paperwork. It was filed on the 12th and delivered to us on the 17th, and we were given 10 days to get out.
But then I paid that.
But yeah, yeah, we paid them $450, and they pulled the eviction. But they're still up in the air about letting us stay because where we got behind on rent. Yeah, they paid electronically. The organization did. So if they pay for January, that would have went towards the rest for March, plus March, or not, no wait. So there would have been, so if they sent in 3 checks, 2 of them went towards February and 1 for March. So we probably only owe $450, if I'm being honest. Because where we paid off January and towards March. If I'm being honest. We probably only owe for this month.
Well,
which is probably why we haven't gotten a notice on our door yet.
Yeah, but let's go. They might, if they put that one on the door, then they'll probably.
They would have done it by now. It's after the 5th.
Yeah, but the landlord hasn't been in the office either. But if they do, then they'll probably, after a while or a few days, they'll probably do another eviction.
Yep, because they're still thinking about doing another eviction on us.
At which point,
we will leave.
Unless I get a job and let them know about it and tell them that we will get everything paid up, at which point that we will be
out. Yep. Because they still haven't made a decision yet whether they want us to be here or not because of where we got behind on rent once. But, you know.
And I'm still waiting for another organization to...
And we're not the only ones that get behind on rent. So I don't know why we're the only ones that are going through this. They can, but we would have to still be on the street in the meantime of them looking for an apartment for us is the thing. So we would have literally nowhere to go. Because granted they have a shelter, but it's always full and animals are not allowed. And like I said earlier, if it comes down to it, I'll have to rehome the cats. Or call animal control for the cats, whatever's the quickest option, depending on how long we have to get out that they give us. And then us and the dogs will just start walking. Yes, the organization knows, and so does the landlord.
Know what?
That you lost your job.
Yeah. But they also know I'm also actively looking for another one.
Yep.
Well, that'll help the case or not, I don't know.
Which he's still pissed off about because he really liked working there. It was the one job he said he enjoyed and he wanted to be there long term.
I even applied for another job too. Just like it.
We're not gonna say.
Nope.
Would have been 3 years in September.
Yep. Oh well. It is what it is.
But thanks to the people who are constantly wishing death on me, now he doesn't have a job.
Can't really do much about it.
To my stalkers. That cops won't do nothing about. They get away with everything. At this point, I feel like they'd get away with murder. Because they get away with everything, and it pisses me off.
That's alright, nobody's gonna know what we're going after this anyway.
They'll find out. They have ways of finding out.
They can try.
All the time searching me up on Google and shit. Pisses me off.
They most definitely try, but...
Can you put something on the TV or whatever? I probably won't be on here long because you have to get up at 7. After 11 right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here so I can spend a little bit of time with Hubs. And probably discuss some topics. I don't know. But you guys have a wonderful night. I'll be back on tomorrow probably. We'll see. You're free to join my Twitch. Reddit has been on my Twitch lately. So that's been fun. Not. But anyway, you guys are free to join my Twitch when I go live in the morning over there. You guys are also free to message me. Like I said, Cash App's in the bio. I have PayPal. I have Venmo. I do have Chime, although it's not trusted right now. I've been having issues with the card. But just shoot me a message. All that. If you guys want to, help out with anything. Apart from that, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you, Alicia. I'll let him know you said good luck tomorrow. Okay. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Bye, everyone. Sleep well and sleep. A whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible.
And that's the thing. And if she went and got a tattoo of a J, then that just tells you right there all that shit was made up. Because why the hell? would you go and, you know what I mean? If all that shit was, any of that was even true at all, why would you go and get the dude's initial tattooed on you? That's weird.
Eddie. Okay, yeah, a lot of people call me Eddie, and my real name starts with a J.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I know your name. I know where you live.
She was just like, I